Hi everyone, this is SEANNA TV.
So we are finally back with an album review for Seventeen's new mini album, 17th Heaven. We're going to explain the lyrics, maybe cultural references, the theme of the overall album, so the international fans can better understand the content of this album.
If you haven't done it yet, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below.
The way that we usually do this is we listen to the songs separately and write our own notes. So we are both sharing our thoughts with each other for the first time.
Yeah.
The first song of the album is SOS.
So when the music video of the 음악의신, the God of Music, released, and then I now know SOS is the first track of this album, I was like, maybe it's a continuous theme. When you watch the God of Music music video, you see the like post-apocalypse, not necessarily like apocalypse, but like where everything is closed like for music related things. So SOS kind of seemed like, oh, there must be some meaning to it. So I was like, okay, what does SOS mean? And it's just a signal when there's an emergency.
Morse code.
Yeah, it's a Morse code based because it's easy to type them, and it became the word to represent emergency situation when someone needs a rescue. The words in the music kind of showed how like someone is in danger. So it's like it sets up the kind of like dark and dangerous theme and then asking for help. That's how it leads to God of Music. For some reason this song, the instrument set kind of reminds me of Shadow.
It's interesting how both songs are kind of about like struggling and darkness and you can hear that in the music.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I liked it as the first track that leads to the next track. Not particularly like my style, but it's fun to listen to.
So like Sean said, SOS is Morse code for like, please help me. And I thought it was interesting because the Morse code sounds are like, which kind of sounds like the song. It's not exact, but I thought that was kind of cool. I found the instrumentation of it really interesting because it has kind of like dubstep-y, like trap sound, very techy and sonically rich. But it also, because of the chord progression, it sounds really melancholy. So I felt like that was a cool way to represent the lyrics as well, where they're talking about this difficult world, like trying to find hope in this difficult world and like, it's okay, I'm your friend, I'll be here by your side. I felt like the sound really matched those lyrics. The song felt kind of sad even before I read the lyrics, and then the lyrics are about struggling and pretending to be okay. I liked how the solution to this issue of like feeling lonely or struggling was, I will be by your side, because when you're struggling, like people can try to give you all kinds of advice to try to pull you out of that, but really the most helpful thing is just knowing that someone is going to stay by your side, and that's what this song represents, so I thought it was sweet.
I guess everyone's different.
You want advice?
Sometimes I want advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like how it's open-ended. Like I saw some people interpreting what this song could be about, but it could be about any of those things.
That's what music is about. Like it's up to you to interpret it different ways and then plug it into your life or someone else's life.
And the more open-ended it is, the more people can identify with it. And I think we're just kind of doing that on purpose because he wants people to interpret it in their own way.
The next song is God of Music, 음악의신.
I love this song. Fresh Teen is back. Musical 17 is back. I really loved how the song is called God of Music, and because we've had like Ha and Face the Sun era and then Sonogong where they're all talking about like how they're the coolest artists, everyone can follow me. When I saw the song title, I did expect it to be about we are the gods of music. So it was like a plot twist. They're saying, if there's a god of music, I want to say thank you to them. And it's funny because even 17 themselves talked about how people were surprised that it wasn't about them being the gods of music.
손오공도 약간 물음표를 회사에다 띄우게 만들었는데 아 이게 2연타로 물음표를 또 띄우게 만드는 게 조금
근데 그 물음표를
괜찮을까?
온점으로 마무리하지 않았습니까? 손오공이 너무 세서 그런지 이 음악의 신은 생각보다 소소하네 이런 반응도 좀 계셨어요.
So I thought that was funny. And because this song is about the god of music, it doesn't only focus on vocals, it also puts a lot of focus on the instrumentation. Brass instruments aren't very common in K-pop songs. They do exist, but I feel like they usually kind of take a backseat. But in this one, what I really love is during the 쿵치 pakchi part, it's hard for me to pronounce, but during the 쿵치 pakchi part is when the brass instruments really get to soar. The sound really kind of takes over because the vocalists are doing like word percussion. It kind of, to me, felt like an homage to like different genres like jazz, where the instruments will kind of come in and have their solo and then move back for different instruments. So I just really enjoyed listening to that and the layers in the music. Some people weren't sure what 쿵치 pakchi is. It's not just like nonsense made up words like 다름다림다. They are onomatopoeia. They're words that represent percussion sounds.
So kung is like a bass drum, chi is like hi-hat, and pak maybe like somewhat snare kind of sound. Dung chi ta chi, dung chi ta chi. You know, like so there's a different variant of sound when there's a 4-beat, right? So it just represents that.
It's more like in clap when they say jak 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 instead of having clapping sounds. So they're like making words out of these sounds. There is also a part where the bass line is really highlighted. Usually 17's bridge sections have a different melody line, and usually they don't have an outro, it just kind of cuts off. But for this song, the bridge is an instrumental, and then they have an instrumental outro. So again, I felt like that was them highlighting not just the vocals, but instruments as well. For the lyrics, the members themselves talked about this, but they were thinking about like what is happiness to them. Even though that's a really difficult question to answer, they decided that they all feel happy when they're up on stage.
이 앨범 회의할 때 이제 맨 처음 나왔던 이야기가 이제 좀 세븐틴이 얘기하는 행복을 좀 그려보자. 당신은 행복합니까? 이렇게 질문하면은 대답하기 어려워요. 진짜 어려워. 이게 정말 힘든 질문인데 그냥 우리가 생각했을 때 이제 무대 위에서 세븐틴과 캐럿으로 만났을 때 그 순간이 이렇게 우리가 행복하지 않을까 서로 모두가 라고 생각을 했고 그걸 이어주는 게 음악이잖아요. 만약 세상에 음악의 신이 있다면 참 이 고마운 마음을 전해드리고 싶다.
우리를 만나게 해주셔서
우리가 만나서 이렇게 행복할 수 있게 해줬으니까 그런 이야기를 담은 곡입니다.
박수!
In this day and age especially, it's very difficult to remember to live in the present. We have the internet, we have a lot going on in our lives. This song is about focusing on the present and focusing on music and enjoying that moment, dancing with strangers. It's just a really joyful song and I really love it.
I was wondering if this song is the same key as SOS.
Yeah, it is.
It is, right?
It is.
So like
Nice find.
SOS was like a dark vibe, and then the 음악의신 is like bright and party-like. It's very festive. SOS kind of has foreshadowing. It says like, meaning you don't have a friend right now. But this one, the 음악의신 says, you have a friend right now. It uses the same words between two different songs and very different vibe, and then it contrasts each other and complement each other too. So I thought it was really cool. It's showing how music can help the situation. And I just realized while I was watching music video again, you know the name tags they have? It all says music. I didn't know that.
Aw, cute. The bone X-ray also spells out music.
Yeah, it shines out music. So music is everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And they say that in the lyrics too. Music is everywhere.
Yeah. There's like a theme going through the music. Like Anna said, it delivers very good message, especially in this like very difficult times. People can relate to this. People can interpret it differently, but in the end, like the message is like take what you can right now. Yeah.
The next song is Diamond Days.
So this song is the Carrot appreciation song. In the first mini album, 17 Carat, they had Shining Diamond. And then 11th mini album, 17th Heaven, they have Diamond Days. And then they use the same words from the original song, Shining Diamond. And then they kind of either repeated it or they reused it to prove how they are doing well. And how they still care about carrots. 지금 이 빛나는 약속을 내 손에 끼워줄게. And then it changed into like, we still remember those. I thought it was really cool. I saw the singer list and Beomju is in it. And it makes sense because he's pretty much an honorary 17 member because he deserves a spot.
Yeah.
If you listen to the song with earphones or headphones, there's pretty cool effects going on. Like it goes from left to right. And then it made me pretty happy to have this song while listening to old song and this one again. I was very happy that I slipped into the Diamond life.
So Shining Diamond was originally supposed to be their debut song, and then for some reason it got changed. Shining Diamond are very like Michael Jackson inspired.
Yeah.
So it's very like era specific and sound specific, and I think Akinda was a little more like
Generic.
general K-pop, so I think it worked well as their debut song. But it still has a special place in my heart, and obviously a special place in 17's heart as well, because they really prepared it as their debut song. I made a little table comparing the lyrics of Diamond Days and Shining Diamond, and almost every line is borrowed from Shining Diamond, but they completely changed the melody, so it feels like a completely new song, so it's really fun. Like Sean said, they kind of updated a lot of the lyrics, so things that are still the same, like how hard they work in their jobs or like how much they shine, those are the same, but some of them, like the tenses change.
Diamond is known to be something that doesn't change for a long time. They're saying, like diamonds, we're not gonna change. We will always hold our promises. We will try to, be us forever. It was a nice message to Carrots.
I think that's a very genuine promise coming from them, because a lot of idol groups change and evolve a lot because that's what people do. It's just natural, and the members can change, things can happen, but somehow 17 has really kept their energy that they had at the beginning until now. They're in their 9th year. That's really rare for this industry. So I think it's cool that they're making music referencing that fact about how their chosim, their determination from the beginning, really hasn't changed.
And the next song is Back to Back.
The main thing that I was thinking about when I listened to this song was Shiny. So much that like I could hear like the line distributions that might have happened. And I think I might feel this way because it sounds like a dance song like performance team songs have, but it's also very vocals focused in a way that performance team songs kind of haven't been before. And Shiny is really talented in both vocals and dancing. I think that might be why it reminded me of them. What I think is really cool about this song is usually songs kind of, especially 17 songs, the instrumentals drop out a little at the pre-chorus and then it builds up again at the chorus. But this one, it's kind of the opposite. At the pre-chorus, the instruments kind of amp up and then the vocals get a lot lower and then they come back together in the chorus. So I liked that kind of
Creativity.
yeah, new style. It was fun to listen to. And also, there are a lot of really cool harmonies in this song. I think that's another thing that reminded me of SHINee. And the performance units' vocal skills have really improved over time. Like you can tell that they've really worked hard on singing.
팀이 나날이 진짜
네.
성장하는 것 같아요. 뭐
맞아.
같은 멤버 입장이지만 평가라는 게 아니라 너무 리스펙하고
너무 대견하고.
이제 그냥 퍼포 팀이라고 그냥 뭐 퍼포먼스적으로도 말고 그냥 노래 자체가 진짜 보컬 퀄리티로도 굉장히 좋다고
객관적으로
Again, it doesn't mean they were bad at the beginning, but they really have built their vocal skills. Like they all have had solo songs that were more focused on vocals, and you can really hear it even in their performance team songs.
No matter where you start, improvements are good.
The lyrics, I just really liked how it's again a song about like I'm here for you, we can support each other.
친구가 될 수 있고 동료가
뭔지
될 수 있고 연인이
뭔지
될 수
알아요?
있고 사랑이 될 수도 있고 뭐 약간 그건 해석하기 나름입니다.
And I liked how it is a song about supporting each other no matter what your relationship is. Like I was thinking of some kind of partnership, like people in love, but then the way they were talking about it, like they were saying it's like back to back and you're like fighting your enemies
Yeah.
kind of thing. I mean, it could be a love storyline, but it could also be friends or a 동료, people working together. Nakama. Once again, I liked how that was kind of open-ended and it can be about any strong relationship.
I think Uji would love this song a lot because it really sounds like anime song. It sounds like one of the anime intro song where two people start from split screen and then they do other things, they fight, and then in the end they rotate each other and then they're back to back. And then they're like, I can like imagine the entire scene. It was pretty cool.
That's so funny that
Yeah.
we interpreted it
Yeah.
so differently.
Yeah, and then like the song title, a lot of back-to-back references in the lyrics. 맞닿을 거야 내 뒤로 닿을 듯한 우리가 하나 등져 서 있어 해와 달. Like those are all possible if there are two. 맞닿다 is like to touch at one point. It goes through the entire song, the idea of back-to-back partnership, friendship, maybe 17 and Carrot, you know, all that kind of stuff. I wonder why they have 파란색의 사막 and 분홍빛 바다. It's like something you wouldn't expect. Like you wouldn't pair them. My approach is that even if there's something completely unexpected from each other, you can still pair them and then make it pretty or make it work.
Yeah.
And that's also part of the partnership.
Compromise.
Yeah, compromise. But by compromising it, you can make it even better together. So,
And the lyrics are really beautiful.
Yeah.
This song.
yeah, it's really well written song.
Yeah. The next song is Monster. Oh my god.
The first line I wrote is "Let's go Halloween." Really fun to listen to, but if they will have dance to it, I think it'll be really cool performance music too, with costumes maybe like zombie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something about it, but yeah, we'll see. When you start the song, ding 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 ding, the bell ringing sound, it's like trick or treat. Also, there in the lyric they say. Concert to concert visiting, it's like trick-or-treating house to house. It was pretty cool.
That is cute.
It's really cool. Like if you listen really carefully, there's a whispering part from Kpop을. Right after that, 사람들은 Kpop을 is still there whispering the entire block. It's pretty cool.
That's extra cool because the line before that is even if you look, I'm gone, but he's still whispering.
Yeah, but he's still there. I thought it was really cool. Trick they applied. Yeah.
This is my favorite song because I tend to like songs that there's like a formula. It has to have a really catchy hook, which this one has. And then I like when the catchy hook has some sections that are a tiny bit different, like changed. So this song has like the doorbell, like the ringing, doo-doo-doo-doo, that sound. The na-na-na part has one section that's slightly different. Na-na-na-na-na-na. I love that playing with what is expected from the audience. And this song plays a lot with contrasts. There are higher tones on some of the raps and then it drops in the pre-chorus. There is actual screaming, which I loved, and then there's whispering. And there's also like funky monster sounds in the background, which hip hop team tends to do a lot. In Fire too, they have like jungle noises in the background. So all of that I find really, really fun. It's just like an interesting song to listen to. And yeah, it makes you think about the live performance, which is the same as God of Music. It makes you feel like you're at a concert. So in that sense, I feel like it really ties together the different songs in the album.
The next song is 하품, Yoon.
Everyone talked about this, but the contrast with Monster here is insane. There was a really funny tweet that said, Monster transitioning into Yeon is so crazy. It's like if you open the door to the last room in the haunted house and it's just your therapist's office. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, very interesting placement, to be honest.
Or maybe they wanted us to feel the emotional whiplash.
Maybe.
Let's get in the mood. Lyric-wise and sound-wise, this song kind of reminded me of Winter Sleep by IU because it's about grief. I think they did a good job of keeping it open-ended. The first time I heard the song, I was thinking of the lyrics more as like a breakup song, but whether it's about a breakup or about permanently losing someone, there's grief in both of those experiences. So I feel like that word really summarizes what the lyrics of this song are about. The very beginning of the song, they say, 지나가는 달 위로 멀어지는 공기가 언제 이렇게 So I feel like it's talking about the passing seasons. And when you're going through grief, like there's no timeline on grief. You really just like feel it when it hits you. So the changing seasons and like things changing around you feel kind of surreal because you're like, wait, time is passing even though I'm feeling this feeling so strongly and at like seemingly random times. So that really reminded me of Winter Sleep because Winter Sleep is about the seasons changing too. The line right after that is I guess I have to let you go because time is passing around me. So it's sad. The lyrics are so kind. It's about how like He's being honest about how much it hurts, but the whole chorus is about please don't hate yourself, don't feel sorry. We know that this was the way it had to be. So it's both acknowledging the pain and letting that grief be and letting the person go, because sometimes you just don't have control over these things. And I think that acknowledgement was really sad and really kind. This song has an instrumental bridge as well, and it really swells and grows and then falls again at the singing part of the bridge, and that reminded me of the emotions of grief as well. They'll kind of ebb and flow. They'll come at you and make the rest of your life pause. So I thought that was really beautiful how it was represented. Also, there's a lot of really pretty harmonies built into this song. The title as well, 하품, is yawn. You yawn when you don't have enough oxygen, when you're not getting enough air. So that metaphor of yawning when you're missing something, when you're lacking something, is so genius. And then in the very last few lines of the song, 하품 changes to 아픔, which is pain. Missing you is like a yawn, I'm not getting enough air, but also actually it's just really painful. So again, it's acknowledging I have to feel this lack, I have to let you go, but it still hurts.
I keep getting yawn. So this is the only ballad song in this album, and then Woozi probably really wanted this song in, but he didn't know what to do with the placement. Probably did his best. Interesting placement, to be honest, but I'm glad the song is here. The first line by Shua was beautiful. Like I mentioned, the song could represent a lot of situations, but to me, it did sound like a 이별 song, you have to let someone go. You have to accept it, but you don't want to curse that person. You wish the person well. That's how love is supposed to be. Yeah, that was very well depicted in the song. And this song really, really reminded me of 이하의 한숨. The lyrics are pretty similar, not the song itself, but the vibe of the song, the overall feeling of the song. The word 숨, the piano, and then trying to soothe when someone's going through hardship, calm down and accept it, felt similar to that song. So if you haven't heard that song, go ahead and listen to it. It's a pretty good song.
It's written by JungHan.
Ah, is it?
Yeah.
It's very clever that 하품 is used as a keyword in this song. Usually when someone says 하품, yawning, it represents boredom.
Or sleepiness.
Yeah, but in this song, it just represents something that happens naturally. So the stages of grief, things happen naturally.
Yeah.
This is not proven, but I think 하품 in here represents 한숨. I am sighing because I'm sad, or I have to let this go. That kind of thing. I am doing that, but I'm telling the other person who I'm letting go not to worry, because it's just yawn. It's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. It's just me.
Oh, it's just a casual, a natural yawn.
Yeah. I'm not sighing. It's okay. Don't worry about me. You can go. But then actually, I'm feeling this pain and lacking already. So my body is telling me to sigh. It's just a metaphor, comparison between 한숨 and yawning. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty cool. Other than that, musically very beautiful, well-written song. I'm glad vocal team has a place to shine again.
The last song, but not last song of this album, is Headliner.
This is a great Daechang song.
Everybody Daechang.
It has a pretty clear part where everyone can sing together, like a concert. Made it very obvious. So if you're in concert, you're naturally gonna do all that kind of stuff together. This is like a second Carrot appreciation song. It was pretty cute, all the lyrics. The entire theme of this album was like a music festival, and then it suits very well in this theme, this song, because Headliner itself is like the headliner of that music festival. So it brings out the entire theme again, reminding you, hey, this album is about this theme. And the word headliner, you would think it's the 17 themselves, but then like the God of Music, it's not them. Headliners are someone else. It can be you, like Carrots. You are my headliner. And then that also reminded me of songs IU Celebrity. It was like, hey, because of you, I can achieve this much. Like it's pretty cool how popular singers still know how to appreciate their listeners and fans. There's so many harmony in this song, like the staggered one you mentioned. Yeah, it's a great last song of the album. Usually headliners show up later in the festival. They placed it at the last track. Here we go, headliners, but it was you.
Adding on to what Sean said, they added a lot of effects into the song to make it sound like you're at a live performance. For example, in the intro, you can hear cheers from an audience, and then the way that they made the drums echo make it sound like you're actually at a music festival.
Like reverb.
Yeah, so I thought that was really clever. It's not just in the song title, it's not just in the lyrics, it's also built into the music. They also have the classic music festival, like, whoa, like really easy to follow melody. At the beginning of the chorus, the lyrics actually say like, 널 따라 부를게, like I'll sing along with you. And there's a little echo built into it, so again, it's easy for the audience to sing together. So 널 따라 부를게. It's like built in there. And also, unlike most traditional pop songs, this song only has one verse. So usually songs go verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. But this one goes verse, chorus, bridge. It just jumps straight into it. And I think that might be because it's made to be an encore song, so they can repeat the final chorus like 3 times. So they only have one verse, so it doesn't get too long, was my logic to that. Because it would have been really nice to have like a full song, like verse, chorus, but that's okay because we'll get to whoa with them 3
whoa
times.
with them. Sure.
Oh, and the bridge clapping part, the claps are also built into the song. So again, it makes you feel like you're already at a live performance. I love how like it's so clear that music is Woozi's love language. God of Music is about their love for music and appreciating that music exists. And then now their love for Carrots is represented in this song. Again, love comes in many forms.
Yeah.
And in this case,
Music.
It's your artist telling you that you're the headliner. Go perform, Carrots.
Yes. I mean, Carrots perform every concert.
Yes.
And there's a bonus track, God of Music instrumental. It's pretty cool. The placement of this instrumental, I think, is to wrap up the music festival. You know, after all the headliners perform, they just play some instrumental at the end
To get everyone to leave.
while everyone leaves.
I didn't even think of that.
Clean up. So it really feels like it. If you ever gone to the concert, you would know, like, wow, this was great. And then their music is still playing, and then you wrap up and leave. It was really good experience. Felt like that.
That's fun, because I was thinking, so this is their very first official instrumental. They haven't had a single instrumental released within an album. They've had a couple released for like sing-along recordings or like audition songs, but this is their very first official one, so I was wondering why it's in there. I really like that, interpretation. I was thinking because it's called God of Music and it's about being being thankful to music, they wanted to highlight the instrumental of the song so you can hear all the different details and the layers of it.
Maybe, yeah.
Could be both. I love instrumentals. I wish they would release all the instrumentals all the time.
I know. So it's easier for people to cover, do the dance, you know. like
Analyze, video editing, you'll hear it at the end here.
And overall, your favorite song is Monster.
Yeah.
For me, it was still 음악의신. Overall, I think this album has a place to everyone. Times like this, very difficult time in many places in the world. I hope they can find some comfort from this album.
I used to believe if other people are having a hard time that empathy meant that I should also always be having a hard time. But now at this point in my life, I realize that all emotions are really necessary for all of us to have a full life. I feel like part of the reason why I really love Seventeen's music is because they acknowledge that there are difficulties in life, but that doesn't mean that those have to overshadow joy. I really love that they picked God of Music as the title song to bring some joy and fun into all the listeners' lives. So thank you all so much for watching our album review of 17th Heaven. If you haven't already, please be sure to comment with your favorite song and why, and hit the like button and subscribe. We also do live streams where we watch K-pop content and explain the vocabulary and cultural references, things like that. So if you're interested, please be sure to check out our Twitch as well.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye!